I saw that you were also in Vancouver. I feel like that's how you met Jill.
Um, Possibly, but yes, I
What
was in Vancouver.
truly doesn't matter. Truly doesn't matter. But Vancouver is your time. I'm in Calgary. I'm we're having a great time over here. So I watched your series upload.
Okay.
I was telling the folks how hello the Mills. I was telling people how I got Amazon Prime just to watch because I you can't have every platform. I can't watch everything,
Yeah,
but I'm very happy that I did.
I'm very happy that you did too.
Mm. And I'm so glad that you said I could ask you anything. I don't have any hard questions. I
Okay.
assume that I'm assuming that you didn't start COVID-19. You're like the G5. What is it? The five something?
5G?
5G. The 5G. I feel like the only thing that you would do associated to 5G is be tall enough to interrupt it when you walk past.
I mean, well, I feel like my internet is 5G and my is are those different 5Gs? My phone is 5G.
Guess who doesn't know nothing? I know nothing.
I
I
do
know
I do try my best to not allow, because I mean there's a lot, especially in the media right now, coupled with like just our everyday lives and the stresses that come along with that. I try not to let too much of it kind of infiltrate me and disrupt, especially right
right.
now where I'm not able to socialize really. I'm confined to a space, I try my best not to get too caught up in that nor bogged down by it.
Wonderful. Are you by yourself? Are you like
Oh yeah, I'm in my apartment in LA, and I live by myself, and I am by myself, and I've been quarantined since May, I think, 15th by myself. I mean, I go out for essentials, but
April 14th or March 14th?
March 14th, sorry, March 14th.
Right, right, right,
March
right.
15th actually.
I'm kind of the same. March 10th,
Yeah.
I was in the house. I had a major surgery and I was like, I'm not getting sick.
Oh wow. Well, I hope your
Yeah.
recovery is going well.
Um, I feel great.
Okay,
I,
good.
I feel super fantastic. I'm so happy. Um, I want to ask you. I want to say a little bit about the show.
Say it.
So, Upload is a new show on Amazon Prime. For those who don't know, if you don't have it yet, you can get 30 days. So many
That's what
great
I was
shows.
telling people. I'm sure that they give, when they want you to watch something, they'll give you a free trial. So even if you don't have Amazon right now, just go to Amazon's website and you can probably watch the show for free.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was. I know nothing. Again, I am not technology anything unless it's eyeliner. Um, and I just went and I like and oh, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's
so
available in 200 countries. I'm not sure where anybody is watching from, but it's available in 200 countries. So
yep,
don't feel like this is something that you can't have access to.
wonderful. I love all access. I love all people's having all access. Um, so I just took the blurb from literally Amazon. It says, in 2033, people can be uploaded into virtual reality hotels run by six tech firms. Cash-strapped Nora lives in Brooklyn and works customer service for the luxurious Lakeview Digital Afterlife. When LA party boy coder Nathan's self-driving car crashes, his high-maintenance girlfriend uploads him permanently into Nora's VR world.
Yeah, so
Upload.
basically, in the near future where there are, self like printing machines where you print food and you have self-driving cars, there's also a service where instead of potentially dying, you can upload into a virtual afterlife. And these virtual afterlives are run like everything today by big corporations. And so the show, I think, is not just funny, but it also covers um, one, the very serious topic of what would you do if given the choice after you die. And, you know, capitalism, social status, you know, it covers all of those things. And we're not heavy handed, but it's definitely our creator and our writers, I think that they did a really good job at tackling a lot of the issues that we're going through today. You know, like the first episode, the opening scene, Nora's on a train and people have on masks. We shot that a year ago, but now if you go outside, everybody's wearing masks, you know? Ooh, don't look at my nails. COVID got them.
I got to think COVID nail. Friend, COVID nail.
I play Alicia. I am Nora's co-worker and friend, and I'm also an angel. So Nora and I, we work at Horizon, and when people upload to this virtual afterlife, we become their angels. So yeah.
Right. I thought that the use of angel was interesting because I don't know how many people interact with angels, but I do know that a lot of folks want to talk about their ancestors. So I thought that was a nice little intersection of those two ideas.
Yeah, I think that it causes a lot of conversation. It's one of those shows that gives you topics where whatever it makes you feel, that's what you should go with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that that's great.
It's kind of like joy is the GPS.
It's like what?
Joy is the GPS.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so like there's somebody from Australia saying that you're gorgeous. So
Thank you so much. I thought I was going to be in Melbourne this year, but they canceled I was supposed to be at the festival, but they canceled my trip like March. I was supposed to fly out on my birthday on March 22nd. I think they canceled my trip March 18th. So sorry, but thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I assume you were in your house by yourself.
I was not by myself. I have a close friend who lives next to me, and we stayed 6 feet apart, but she ordered like a movie for me, and it was nice.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you got to do that. So you already mentioned that you shot this a year ago, and we're all now wearing masks.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's set in 2033.
Yeah.
I mean, are they already doing this? Like, do you already have the intel? Can you tell us where to get it?
The upload is purely Greg Daniels' imagination and maybe some hope for the future. But
tell me about that. Tell me about how you feel about that, like hope for the future. Would you be there? What do you think? Like people
would I upload if there was such thing?
Have people been telling you or asking you or saying anything to you about what have you been hearing about like people's lived experiences and what they think of quote unquote upload?
It's from what I've received, it seems like it's getting very positive feedback, which is always great. I think this is like my first time out the gate with something like this. Like I've never been a series regular on the show. I love Greg Daniels. I love The Office, and I love that I got to work with somebody so good at what they do for my first time out. I think that the world of upload, I think that if 2033 looks like what we say it will look like, I think that that's very interesting, but I think it's also a bit disheartening because even in 23, it shows you that the people who have more access are the people with the wealth. And so you have to hope if the world will always look like the people with wealth will be taken care of, then you're always striving to have wealth. And I think that if you're doing that, then you probably, I don't know, that doesn't seem like the happiest existence to me. But if you're asking me if I would upload, I don't know. I can definitely say I'm not going to be the first upload. You know, like even I don't
And
even
if you
really like.
watch the series, you know why.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, listen, they don't even get the iPhones right the first time. So I'm definitely not gonna play with, you know, my consciousness. But again, you know, that's also a hypothetical. Like you have no idea what you're gonna do in a split second when you have to choose some sort of way to exist forever or a potential death, you know? So who knows?
Right. Because do we know what happens after death? I feel like it's so interesting that they are able to put your consciousness, because this is just imagination, but they can put your consciousness into virtual reality, but they still don't know what happens on the other side of death. I
Yeah,
thought that was a very interesting note
yeah.
that's in. Yeah. I want to ask you, you talked about kind of the effects of capitalism as we started.
Hmm.
Um, but there's an app called Nightly.
Yes.
And it's basically like Tinder on steroids.
Yeah.
And I'm already terrified of Tinder. And let me tell you, I hashtag like never too many orgasms.
Hmm.
Right? Like I got two baby daddies. Like do
Oh.
whatever you like with whomever you like. I am whatever. But I want to know like what your thoughts on this app are, and maybe like some your thoughts on like patriarchy and how now versus that upload reality.
Oh, thank you for watching the show. I've watched it. I could have binge watched it in a day, but I took a weekend because I wanted to pace myself. So I'm not on any dating apps currently. I am a bit old fashioned. I have the fantasy of a man approaching me in person and giving me his best line, and it just so happens to be the best thing I need to hear in that moment, and then we live happily ever after. What I
Mhm.
do like about Nightly is that it's straightforward. Nightly is like Tinder. Everybody will say Tinder is a hookup app, but I'm sure in Tinder's marketing, they won't say that they're a hookup app, you know? And I
Yeah.
think part of why people are scared to get on certain dating apps are because they are not straightforward with what that particular app offers. And I think that Nightly cuts out all of the romance of it and just says this is a hookup app. And you
Right.
see in that episode where she has it, when Nora has her nightly hookup,
First.
her and the guy that she's hooking up with, they have cameras on their body. Then they have to give consent to one another. And I love that Greg Daniels didn't decide to just have Nora give consent, but he also had the male give consent too.
Right.
And I think
Right.
that that's something that's worth looking at, because right now the conversation is, how do we know that we always have consent? Does it take the romance out of our interactions with or intimacy? Does it take the spontaneity out of it, you know? And so I think that that's just one way to, I think that's one possible future existence. You know, we spotlight Nightly as our future app, but just like Horizon and Lakeview is one virtual afterlife, there are multiple virtual afterlives. You just guys, we got to get more
Right.
seasons for you to see that, you know?
So season two. So we
Season
season two.
3, season 2, season 3, season 4.
Three big. Three big. I love it. I love it. Um, I think it's really interesting how you said, the man had to give consent and she gave consent. It was interesting to me that they called it protection.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh, what they saying about health?
yeah.
Not necessarily in that specific scene, but season 4, 5, 7, we never know. But what I found really interesting was that it took the slut shaming right out,
Right out, it did.
right out, and
The only
like
element of power is the rating system. And I think even that's what I love about our writers as well, because it's like we handle this part of the problem, but we still leave this part of the problem. you know, and there's a certain power to, well, you know, that's in dating. But if you think about it, if you default on a loan, right, that affects you getting any sort of loan in the future. And
Right.
so if you do that, if you make that one mistake and you're not business savvy or you don't have generational wealth, then it puts you on a downward spiral of basically not having, of some sort of, now I don't want to say poverty, but some sort of lacking, right?
Right.
And I think the same thing happens on Nightly. It's like, if you get a 3-star, that means you only have access to 3-star people. And that might suck if if you're ever trying to improve. Let's say you were 3-star, but then you did the work to become a 5-star individual, but you still have to deal with 3-star people. And then who says that they're 3 stars? I think that is also quite interesting.
Yes. Yes. Ooh. I um the people in my city know that I'm not really good at holding back. So the first thing I thought was they underutilized. Zainab Johnson was underutilized. That was the first thought.
What was underutilized? Me?
No, Alicia, underutilized. Was like, where is? Oh, there you are, and you're gone. But what I wanted, tell me about your relationship with your clients. Like, I mean, you don't have to talk about Luke, but your clients in general.
I would like to be utilized more, you know, just to, I don't want to skip over anything. And I don't think that you have to hold back.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't have to hold back, but sometimes you don't want to like bulldoze somebody. They're just meeting you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I understand. I would love the opportunity to explore Alicia a lot more, because I think that Alicia is really fun. I think that Alicia is really interesting, and I think that she dropped a couple of nuggets that are worth exploring. Like, I want to know why Alicia has so many jobs. You know, I really want to know that. I want to know what her life is like outside of Horizon. I want to know what she's like on Nightly. I want to know if she's on Nightly, you know.
Development.
You know, but so I'm with you.
I love that you want to see, because like you're in the process. You're like, oh, this is development. Like you are. Alicia's not you.
Yeah, no, she's not me. There's some similarities, but no, she's definitely not me. And I deal with as an angel. So right now, Alicia is the angel to Luke. She's the angel to a character called David Choke. I believe I'm the angel to Mildred, who was the woman in black and white.
Yes.
Yes. And a host of other clients that we don't see yet. We only had 10 episodes, you know, and we have to, part of understanding sci-fi is that you also have to get the audience to buy into the world. It's not just the stories and the character, but we wouldn't matter if you guys didn't understand the world. And that takes a little bit of working before we can now hit heavy with these characters in these situations. Luke is my main cause of frustration in the first season. And it's just, it's basically a battle. It's basically the entire season is for Alicia and Luke. It is who's gonna win.
Who's gonna win?
You know, I don't dislike Luke. I just, you know, it's anybody who has ever had a job. The day that you really don't want to do anything at your job, and you have that person come to your job and they need you, and you like, today is not the day. So I think that Alicia's feelings are like that when it comes to Luke. He is always doing something, and she ultimately, because he has code to circumvent some certain services in Lakeview, that gets Alicia in trouble. And Alicia doesn't want to be in trouble.
No.
Alicia acts like she doesn't need the job, but she doesn't want to lose the job I'd love to know why.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was like, Alicia knows how to follow the rules because Black women know how to follow the rules, and then
So I see Alicia.
get around it.
I see Alicia similar to how I saw myself as a high school student. I was like probably like a B plus high school student with my eyes closed. And I think about it when I look back at high school, I'm like, if I just tried, I could have been valedictorian. But I was
Right.
bored or interested in something else, you know? And I feel like Alicia's like that. Like, she doesn't want people, she knows how good she could be, but it's like she doesn't just, if she shows you how good you, then it raises the expectations. You're going to want her to do so much. I don't know.
Alicia already does too much.
You know, I don't know if Alicia, they might try and make, what?
I was gonna say the 3 seconds that you said, which is not 3 seconds, but you know, like you see her here, she fixed something. She sees that she fixed like literal angel.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like for me, in my mind, I'd be like, of course she'd be tired of fixing stuff. Who's fixing it for Alicia?
Well, hopefully we get to see that. Hopefully we get to see that. Yeah.
I'm ready to see it. To be honest, I it's for some reason in my head I thought it was 8 episodes. So when episode number 9 showed up, I was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm ready for season 2.
Well,
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready for season 2. I thought it was great. I think it's interesting how you're saying like it's who's gonna win, because there's people here saying that Luke is gonna end up with you.
Oh, Luke is gonna end up with Alicia?
That's what they say. Luke's like getting the together. Has Luke seen Alicia? The outfits.
You know what? I mean, the possibilities are endless. I think that would be very interesting, though, and sort of a conundrum for Alicia, because nothing is heavy-handed on the show, but Alicia is not interested in, she is not for Nora exploring any sort of feelings for Nathan. You know, it's like the homegirl that's like, girl, you shouldn't do that. But then your girlfriend does that anyway. You like, all right, I'll be at the police station to pick you up. You know, it's like that.
Fix it, Alicia.
Yeah, so it would be very interesting.
Someone said Team Luke and Alicia. Well, I feel like if Luke wants to be with Alicia, listen already.
But remember, Alicia says no living woman wants your dead catfishing ASS. Remember,
you can say that here. Please say ass.
I hope that I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but also, if you pay attention to a few of the scenes, Lucy has a little thing for Luke.
Big thing.
So I'm not sure if Alicia would want to get into Lucy's crosshairs. I don't know. That's
Lucy's for real.
Lucy is
for real.
Scary.
There's zero romance in that lady. Let me take that back. She don't show any of the romance, but I feel like 2 twos. You give her 2 twos, and she would like turn into like, oh baby, I love you, just like everything.
Yeah,
everything.
And the actress, she used to be one of my favorite people to watch on set, because she can turn anything into comedy. She was her name is Andrea, the woman who plays Lucy. She's so good.
Nice. It's nice that you had a good time on set. That doesn't always happen. I
really did. I'm finding out that is not common most times, but I loved everyone that I worked with. Vancouver was beautiful to shoot in. I loved that our set design team did such a good job, and our producers, because when I get comments for the show, people are like, I love how you guys showed Brooklyn and LA. And I'm like, oh, we was in Canada the whole time.
Now let's go to Canada and shoot and get the big black check. I'm ready to be your superhero, or whatever it is. I'm at the bottom right now,
Oh, thank
so we'll
you.
find out.
Thank you.
Oh, look, it says, somebody said, Zainab, you're even more beautiful than on the show.